If you're not paying attention to how fast AI and data is moving, then you might just get left behind. My name is AJ. I'm the co-founder and CEO of ProLine, and in this interview, I talked to Rob Soper with EagleView about how to use data about the home before you even show up to the home to win at the inspection. Let's get into it.
Here at IRE, and I'm joined by Rob with EagleView.
Yep.
It's
Thanks for having me over. Great to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for popping over.
100%.
What I gotta ask right out of the gate.
Yeah.
What race are you currently training for? What's the current incredible fitness event that you have coming up?
Great question. I don't have anything on my calendar for this year yet, but I'll probably race several of the Winter Park mountain bike cross country series. They're shorter, and they don't take the amount of training volume that I did last year, which was crazy.
Very impressive.
I can do. They were my training rides last year, and they'll probably be the events I do because they're fun. You know, they're in the mountains. You kind of get juiced up, and you know, there's nothing like racing. Yeah, for just it's not a ride. I mean, you're racing. It's competitive and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll probably do this year.
Nice. That sounds fun. Yeah, what was your training ride, now your normal ride, and that would be probably death for me. I don't think I would be able to make. How many miles?
The races?
The races?
Yeah. They're like 20 to 25.
20, 25. Okay.
Yeah. So 90 minute, but it's a 90 minute all out effort, a lot of climbing. The first race at Winter Park in the season is the uphill climb from the bottom of Winter Park to the top of Mary Jane.
Yeah.
I think it's like 6 miles, 7 miles, but it's 2,800 feet of climbing, just straight up the Forest Service road. It's not technical. It's just a grind, all the way up to the top, which is good.
Yeah.
It's if you mountain bike in Colorado, like you spend more than half your time climbing, which is the way it is.
Yeah, man. I need to get back into mountain biking. Yeah. I'm actually doing 75 hard right now.
Are you?
Yeah, my goal with 75 hard is just to be as in shape as you.
Yeah,
that's if I can hit that, then I've been successful.
That's awesome. Well, I got my Leadville. My belt buckle from.
Oh wow! Yeah, Leadville 100.
That's what you get if you finish your race in under 12 hours.
In under 12 hours.
Yeah. I get the big one if you finish in under 9 hours, which was my goal. But
okay,
I just, that's just so hard, and I'm not getting younger, and it's just, that's just tough.
I mean, under 10. That was under 10.
I did it in 10:36.
10:36.
Yeah.
Okay.
So under 12 is the cutoff.
Under 12,
big belt buckle and the cutoff. So I was way under that.
Yeah.
I was in.
So impressive.
I was right about the halfway point of everybody that raced.
Yeah.
And I was 27th out of 72 over 60. So top third of my age group.
Yeah.
And it was faster. I did it in 2021, so I knocked 3 minutes off my time.
Yeah.
4 years later. So that's
IVY getting share.
Yeah, right.
Let's talk about some roofing stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure everybody knows, but just for the sake of anyone that doesn't, can you run us through quickly what is EagleView and what do you guys offer?
Yeah, no, it's great question, and I hear it all the time. I would say in the roofing industry, the most common misperception is we're a roof report company. That's what we do because that's what people are familiar with. But really, what we are is an imagery company. So we have a fleet of airplanes. We have about 130 airplanes, twin engine, single engine, smaller airplanes, low altitude. But we have our own homegrown camera systems. Everything's built in our Rochester facility. We hang them on airplanes, and we capture imagery from the top down, orthogonal imagery, and then what makes us unique is the orthogonal or the oblique imagery, which is the side. So we can see the walls, we can see siding, we can see environmental things around it, but we just methodically capture. We fly north-south, east-west. We get a top-down for obliques of every structure, and from that we use our software to extract data is really what we do. So we can 3D model any structure. We've got about 95% of the structures in the country imaged, so we can measure those structures. And then we deliver that data from a roofing perspective into platforms like ProLine, where you can take all of our measurements, extract them out into proposal templates, material order templates, work order templates, whatever, however you get the data in there. And we are also doing a lot of machine learning activities now. So we've got literally billions of images in our capture catalog. And we've got millions of houses that we've measured as a training set. So now we're running ML on our own imagery using the known quantities that are on the roofs, for instance, as the training set. and we're deriving, I think we're up into the mid 100s of attributes that we can just machine learning derive and deliver instantaneously, essentially. So like a roof area estimate, it's close. It's probably, we're 98.7% accurate on our, there's an independent study we did. It's on our website, like an accuracy study. So the premium report's like 98.7% accurate. And depending on the complexity of the roof, our roof area estimate is probably in the 93, 94% accurate. And it's not a bidding tool. It's a lead qualification tool. So it's not designed to really commit yourself to a bid. You commit yourself to a range.
Yeah.
Asphalt shingle, $12,000 to $14,000, whatever. But it's really a top of funnel lead activity is what we're using it for. And the other attributes that are kind of roofing centric are where we can determine roof age, because we have 20 some years of capture history and we know when the roof color changed. In areas like Dallas, or Colorado, where we get a lot of hailstorms and we fly a lot of post-storm imagery, sometimes it's every 6 months or even more frequently than that we're capturing because of storms. So we can pin down a roof change very quickly. Roof condition, the pitch of the roof, those types of things where you can really qualify a lead. There's a lot of demographic data that you can get, like propensity to buy from open source data for lead qualification. But now we're getting structural measurements or structural data that can be combined with, you have a propensity to buy. Now you can really define the need for a service, a roofing service together, and really get highly qualified leads.
Yeah.
And it needs to be delivered through a channel. So this is a newer product and we're starting to expand, the reach and just the education really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's phenomenal. And that product right now, is that something that you're actually directly offering to contractors? Like they can sign up and get access to that product?
So we're converting a lot of what we do to subscription also through our EagleView 1 subscription. And now we're bolting some of that data into their property viewer, like on EagleView.com.
Yep.
But we really, no contractors can just tap into it because it requires an API and a UI on the other side. They just don't have the technical capability or the funding to do it.
Yep.
So it's a channel. It's a channel delivery. So ProLine, we've discussed it, but that, as we mature the product and it gets better and, we uncover more use cases for it, that's where we see it. We see it, for instance, type in 123 Main Street in Denver, Colorado, it hits our roof area estimate endpoint. By the time they get to the next field in their customer entry field, the area is already there, and the pitch and the condition. An image of the structure, those are things we can do, and we're working on this stuff.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where we see it, and then you have an idea. Hey, you see a picture. It's 47 squares. And it's got big cut up roof. It's tile. You might want to send your A team out to sell that job.
You go knock that door.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say? Let's kind of switch gears. What would you say is the top things regarding data, measurements, AI that contractors need to be paying attention to right now?
And it's moving quickly. I would say pay attention to it.
Yeah.
If nothing else, pay attention to AI, in a generic sense.
Yeah.
Because if you're not adopting a platform, because we're just the ingredients, you guys are really where the work gets done, obviously. But if you're not paying attention to it, you're missing the boat. And it's moving so fast. That you have to get on the boat.
Yeah.
And I think really where we're seeing the majority of it's not in measurements necessarily, but it is more lead flow and lead qualification and customer engagement. Even the chatbots, the AI agents for phone call centers and things like these things. These are tools that, I'm not saying you'd be foolish not to leverage them, but your competition is leveraging. And if you don't move quickly and adopt this kind of technology fast, you are going to be left on the side because people are going to be getting in faster and better. It's speed to lead, speed to proposal is probably the number one thing that can influence the close of a sale.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Rob, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you joining me.
100%. Always glad to see you. Yeah, always got to be here.
Absolutely. Good chatting.